Hello everyone, welcome back, and this is episode 2 of our Python programming series. Now in this lesson we will be focusing almost exclusively on the print function and displaying various things to the screen. We'll also be touching on strings, which we can simply define as a sequence of characters. So basically the things that we will be printing will be examples of strings. So I'm here in the Python shell or REPL, remember that's R-E-P-L, read, evaluate, print, loop. You may have heard your gran talking about that and not known what she meant, but now you do. So remember, I'm using Commander, which is a terminal emulator, but you can use any Python shell, whether it's in command prompt, idle, which comes bundled with Python. There's a lot of options, and you might be using REPL.it like we saw in lesson 1. You might just have to bash the run button quite a lot as we go through all of the examples, but that's absolutely fine. So we saw our Hello World program last time out. Now obviously we don't need to print Hello World, we can by and large print anything we want. So let's try Ich bin Hector. Now we can print using single quotes, which we've done there, and we can also print using double quotes. I'm going to say I was born in Ochenschugel, which is tricky to spell. The trick is to get the letters in the right order. There we go, I'm happy with that. Now Python also allows you to print using triple quotes. Now that is either triple single quotes or triple double quotes. I won't do an example of both, but what you can do with triple quotes is you can actually do a string that spans multiple lines, and we'll see examples of that later in the course. Now imagine the following and see if you can anticipate some kind of problem aside from the grammatical incorrectness of the sentence itself. But what actually happens here is we get an error message, invalid syntax, and that's because when Python sees this second quotation here, it thinks the string is over and the rest of it just throws it into massive confusion. So there's a few solutions available here. Now what I'm doing here, I should let you know, is pressing the up arrow key, and that's cycling through previous commands, and you can do the down arrow key to go back the other way. So here, simple solution is just to swap out the outer quotes with either double or triple quotes, and that's going to solve the problem there, which is superb. Now another solution I'll cover just now is something called escape sequences, which sound a lot more exciting than they actually are. Now I'll just show you an escape sequence and then explain it. All we do is we put a backslash, which should be to the left of the Z for Zulu key on your keyboard. Don't worry if you get backslash and forward slash confused, you're not the only one, but backslash should be next to the Z key. Now what the backslash does is it tells Python to treat the quotation mark following as part of the string rather than the end of the string. So you can see that that now works there, and similarly it is possible to escape double quotes. So if we have something like, I heard him say, and I'm going to open a double quote here, so let's escape it. And I heard him say ham is better than spam. I don't think that's terribly controversial, so let's escape the closing quote and then we do the actual closing quote of the string and then close the parenthesis. Now, I don't know if I made it clear that the print is a function in Python 3, and whenever you hear function, you normally expect a set of parentheses and then something inside them, which is technically an argument, but don't worry about that. In the context of the print function, obviously what we're putting here is what we want to be displayed on the screen, excepting obviously special things like these escape sequences there. Right, so we've now seen several examples of printing things to the screen in several ways. What I'll do is I'll just wrap the video up by showing a couple of other escape sequences. So another one that we can use is \t, which is for tab. So we might have the makings of a rudimentary table. So let's say we want name and then a tab and then age followed by another tab, and then what else could we have? Blood type. Sounds a bit sinister, but never mind, we'll go with that. Right, so close the quote, close the parentheses, and there you see that they're nicely spaced out. Now, probably a more useful escape sequence is \n, and you can take n to stand for new line. And I've forgotten my opening quote there. And you can see how that works there. Fantastic. There's quite a lot of other escape sequences and we may touch upon them later, but I think certainly \n is one I end up using, or I used to use it a lot more than I do now for reasons that we'll show later on, but you'll certainly come across this if you're looking at code, so it's good to know how these things work. Right, so that's a good introduction, I think, both to how the print function operates as well as to strings. So I sincerely hope you join me next time, and in the next lesson we'll be touching on numbers in Python, so hope to see you there. Thank you.